Ah, you're back. Do you have my goods? By the hoary hosts of Oriel, thank you. If I'd arrived in Kraganmore empty-handed, I don't think it would have gone well for me. Go with the thanks of this humble trader and his masters in the Darkvale Trading Costa.
Can't quit now. Stay awake, Death. A friendly face. Good. Good. This day may not be a complete failure. Damned daggers happened. I followed a lead out of Kraganmore. Reports of Covenant soldiers near Soft Loam Cavern. I didn't believe it. Not this far out. Was I wrong about that? They've got a portal in there. Leads straight back to Covenant lands. Won't be long before they can launch an attack on the city. Get in there and find it. Damned thing is maintained by 2 crystals. Destroy them, and it'll pop like a soap bubble. I suppose I'm lucky I made it out alive. But by the 3, I'm glad you came along. If I'd failed here, I think my captain would have had my head. I told you, I didn't expect to find anything. But my captain was certain the information we got from that captured orc was good, so here I am. Didn't know I'd be walking into a damn nest of daggers. I don't think so. I saw special boxes that they used to pack the crystals. The portal reaches all the way back to Covenant lands. Daggerfall City, for all I know. No, I think you destroy those things, and their little plan shatters to pieces. I heard about that. The House Mages think those were short-range things. Troops flow into the fort from boats offshore. For a long-range portal like this, I bet they need those crystals, and that gives us a chance.
Fan out!
Thank the Lord, Mother and Wizard. You're back. Please tell me you've got good news. Yes. Thank you, Traveler. This means I'll get to keep my head. I think I've regained strength enough to make it back to Kraganmore. I'll spare you the wrath of my captain and report the news myself. 3 keep you.
This is a damn disaster.
This is a bad time for Kraganmore, Traveler. Are you here on business? If not, you'd best be moving along. Huh. Don't we all? I wish you luck, stranger, but you probably won't find much here. Grandmaster Omin has been transformed from a bloodthirsty Nixhound into a simpering Gwar. Maybe one of the guardsmen here can tell you more. I want no part of it.
the savior of Davon's Watch and the Viruk Siegebreaker. Thank Vivek you're here. Kraganmore has been taken. Tarnval Indoril entered town at the head of his personal vanguard and demanded an audience with the Grandmaster. Now the vanguard patrols the streets. They command in Kraganmore. I don't know, but when he came out from talking to our Grandmaster, he was in charge. Our house elves and slaves alike are terrified. If you want to help, please speak with our Grandmaster. Maybe he'll listen to a new voice. Please speak to the Grandmaster. He's sure to listen to the hero of Fort Viruk. Everyone who wants to ascend the Tormented Spire must speak to the Grandmaster of Kraganmore. House Drez controls access to the peak. It's an ancient site of magic and blood. Drez holds a magical pattern for a key, a mystical focus that allows you to pass the veil protecting the spire. Only with the key can one make the climb to the summit.
I fear the worst.
Surely we can compromise on the matter.
Remember, Grand Master, the urgency of our business.
As you say, Captain. As you say.
3 gods, 1 faith. I trust you have practiced your devotions for the day.
The Grand Master is very busy today. Move along.
Who are you? What gives you the... Oh, the hero of Fort Viruk. Honor to you and your house. What brings a war hero of the Ebonheart Pack to distant Kraganmore? I would be more welcoming, but today important matters distract me. Apologies, but the Vanguard demands my attention at the moment. If you have further questions, and I'm sure you do, speak to my Seneschal.
Quickly, friend. Over here. Caution, stranger. Speak quietly, lest one of the Vanguard hear us. Tarnval Indoril and his Vanguard stopped here on the way to the Tormented Spire. At first, the Grandmaster refused Tarnval access to the mountain. Then Tarnval snapped. He ordered his Vanguard to take the Grandmaster's son hostage. Tarnval has lost control. He must be stopped, but first, the Grandmaster needs help. Nadra Slaw upstairs will know more. Go, and good luck.
Honor to you and your house. What can I do for you? No, we'll need to take the information from the Vanguard. As I see it, you have 2 options. You could sneak into their barracks here in town, or you could assault their camp. You'll need a disguise to appear as one of the Vanguard. The sentry at the door is turning everyone else away. Once inside, try to stay out of sight. Speak to Kasha. I hear she might have what you're looking for. The Vanguard set up camp east of town. When Tarnval went to the spire, he took most of his troops with him. Those left behind won't like someone just wandering in. They're spoiling for a fight. Excellent. What have you decided? Kasha's just outside selling her wares near the manor wall. Once you've found what we're looking for, get back here and report to Danu. She'll know what to do. Of course, I'll tell you anything I can. Tarnval Indoril left them behind after his talk with Grandmaster Drez. Our Grandmaster is the only one who can grant access to Tormented Spire. He must have agreed. Tarnval went that way. It's an ancient site of blood, magic, and power. Sadal, the brother of Strife, is held prisoner there. We think Tarnval wants to use the Coral Heart to free Sadal. He would unleash the monster on the Daggerfall Covenant. Each great house has its sphere of influence. Would you begrudge the Hlalu their merchant contracts? House Drez has done much to help civilize the less fortunate races. And besides, we are now forbidden to enslave our pact allies.
Must you bother me?
Sorry, I'm talking to this nice Khajiit. She has a unique perspective on what it takes to trade with the Dark Elves.
Remarkable what sells in the Ashlands. Mushrooms, Kwama eggs. Trade here bears little resemblance to trade in Skyrim. What do they do without Hawker fat?
You come to buy from this one, yes? Grandmaster gives a special license to sell and trade. Many fine wares. Perhaps. Can't remember. Kasha is a loyal servant and doesn't wish harm to come to House Drez. Threats and menace, threats and menace. Here, take the uniform and leave poor Kasha to her bondage.
What do you want, soldier? Right, right. Come on in.
Those dirty... Look what the Vanguard did. They confiscated my guar pen to hold their supplies. They scattered my poor guar and laughed. I'm too scared to go looking for them. What will I do now? Aye, Vivek, you're the only one who cared. Here, take my herding rod. Use it to poke my loose guar in the ribs. They'll recognize the feeling and know they should return home. Then check back with me.
I have little time to waste.
I must finish this.
My scales are dry with disappointment. You are correct. The Dark Elves of Kraganmore do not swim in the River of Humor. I came here to delve into a nearby tomb, but the soldiers prevent my entry. I heard a whisper of a sacred Dark Elf performance. Those who performed it splashed in the River of Humor, and the Dark Elves laughed. If you tread the dust of the tomb, will you seek the right for me? Don't eat any cooked trode, Lukiel. Just tell me everything you hear about the sacred performance, and ignore anything you hear about a secret society or a death sentence. Rumors say the performance required precision. Performing it incorrectly was punishable by death. A mysterious order protected the right, murdering anyone who performed it without care. Of course, I'm sure those are just rumors.
Remarkable what's said.
Try to stab yourself in battle, you hear? Stretch that line!
I think they're all here. Thanks. Not everyone would stop to help a simple farmer. I'll praise your name to every Gua herder in Stonefalls.
Have you considered the real value of your soul?
The look on your face. You've discovered where the Grandmaster's son is being held? Truly? The honored dead of Kraganmore have been interred in those tombs for centuries. They were built to honor the Daedra in the time of the Chimer. Well done indeed. That tomb complex will be well defended. Take care. The tomb is buried in the mountainside. There's a tunnel that will take you right to its entrance. You can find the tunnel by leaving Kraganmore through the Western Pass.
Before the three, as is my right and my duty, I greet you as the eldest of the brothers Randoro. No one has asked about the sacred performance in a long while, Noir. You dare brave the wrath of the Mirthless Order? Would you risk death to learn my secret knowledge? Very well, the first part of the performance goes like this. One day, in full view of the Noir, the mayor of Coal Canton, and so he crushed some muck sponge pulp into a Netch's tentacles. There, go, and bother me no longer. By my sacred oath, that is the only portion of the performance I am allowed to impart. Seek more knowledge in the Mora, where the bitter green grows thick among the bar. Performance of the sacred rite requires exact preparation. True humor must be taken seriously, so an improper performance demands death. Those who fail find themselves face down in the Hackalow. Well, have a snifter of grief then, Sarah Swit. Just know that Cragganmore is the ancient home of the Mirthless Order. If your friend performs the rite improperly, he will be slain. Own no weakness or fault. I greet you as one of the performing brothers Randoro. If you wish to brave the Mirthless Order, that is your choice. Here's the second part of the performance. In response, the Morog of Coal Canton released their Quama, bled all across the Anmore and poured their shame upon the ground. Justice does not know sleep, and the honor of your house is yours alone. I greet you as the youngest of the brothers Randoro. The Mirthless Order will track you, no doubt, but that is your choice. The third part of the performance goes like this. Only when the Mera was burned in a Sujama Molag, The mare was put to the Dagon. The Mora was safe to travel again. There, it is concluded.
Who are you? What do you want with me? Thank the three. Look, I know just how to get out of here. I used to play in these tombs as a child. Follow me quickly back to the city. We must speak to Father. I owe you one. Out safely, I see. Thanks again for your timely aid. Together we've begun the liberation of Kraganmore. Let's get to my father. We'll run these Indoril out of town.
Do you bring moisture? What have you learned? Quickly, tell me of the sacred performance. Moisten my scales. My scales are truly dry now, my friend. I erect the spine of regret. Someday, I will cool my tail in the river of humor. My quest continues. Keep your teeth sharp.
My son is free, and my hands are unbound. Now, the Vanguard will learn the price of threatening House Drez. Accept the thanks and esteem of House Drez. Now that my son is safe, I entrust the second key to Tormented Spire to you. Use it. Stop Tonville Indoril. I will always be in your debt for freeing my son. Yes. The Vanguard made the error of taking advantage of my noble house. I want that error corrected. Grandmaster Indoril appointed his senior aide to command the Vanguard. I believe the man's name is Captain Dunveril. Kill him. That is the price of affronting the Drez.
You have the gratitude of Sendrez, my new friend. I'd raise a goblet of wine with you, if there was time, but there isn't. Father's given you the key then. Excellent. I'll make a mark on your map. You should find a cave there that leads to the path up the slope. There should be 2 ward stones at the entrance, each attuned to a constellation. The Atronak and the Tower, if I recall. The key should allow you to disrupt those stones, and any others you encounter on your journey. 3 guide your steps.
Is it done? Is Captain Dunveril defeated? It is well. You've proven the strength of my great house, and you brought my son home safely. I now name you the Hand of Drez, and offer you my aid, should you need it in the future. To their friends, the Drez are generous.
Dark elves are not very funny. You are drawing my scales, audience.
My apprentice thinks he's the archmage of a college.
You arrive alone. Either you didn't find him, or I need a new hunting partner. Thank you for this. That's it then. Stonefalls holds nothing for me now. I'll set out for Deshawn presently. Perhaps I'll see you down the road.
Strange meeting you out here in the wilds. After Davon's watch, I hadn't expected to see you again. If I might say it, another minor issue has arisen. He thinks he's a magical genius. To prove a point, he's transformed his brother into a goblin. A lady goblin. The chieftain of the nearby Shadowsoak tribe has taken him prisoner. He has every intent of taking Deethis as his tribal matron. I've created a refined spell gem that should allow you to slip into the camp. Just be wary. The spiders guarding the goblins will not be fooled. Assault Chieftain Grimstal and return Deethis to us safely, if you would be so kind.
Filthy goblins! Why is it called blue wine? It's not actually blue. I'm a wine trader. Balmoral blue wine is my most popular, my best-selling wine. Of course, I'm ruined now. Those goblins over there, in the camp, knocked over my wagon and killed my horse. Took most of my shipment. Yes, that's a great idea. I need my shipment back for the selling. Can you get the wine back from a camp over there and bring it here to me? Remember, wine comes in bottles. Round in bottles. Probably on the ground. Can't miss them. Oh, sure, I'm top-notch. I'm a good wine seller. I'm Drothan, the wine master. I sell from Fort Virak to Davon's Watch, and everywhere in between. Are you real? Your ears look funny.
deaths. With the tribe, are you? Help me. Denthis was just showing me how the spell works. Then the Shadow Silk tribe jumped us. They carried me off as a tribute for Grimstall. Enough talk. Get me out of here.
Remember, wine comes in bottles, round, thin bottles. Probably on the ground. Can't miss them. Thank the three, all three of them. This wine is perfect for selling to other people. You are my new and bestest friend. If you ever have need of wine, remember my name, Drothan, the Wine Master.
And Dethys has returned, unharmed from the looks of his green skin. I hope these two have learned from their mistakes. Spellcrafting is not to be taken lightly, like a goblin's heart, apparently.
Amazing work, my friend. Now Dethys and I can deconstruct the goblinization matrix and see where I went wrong. Perhaps some sort of magical attraction component was added by mistake. So, Dethys, do you feel pretty?
I can't thank you enough for saving me from Chieftain Grimstall. I'm going to suffer through this humiliation as long as I need to. At least I'm alive. And stop looking at me like that, Denthis.
Builds